Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards, use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Whoa, Ace of Cups. Right off the bat, Ace of Cups for Taurus. Look at that. Beautiful. Blessings. This is the holy water. This is the source of all happiness, of all blessings, miracles. It is the Holy Grail, right? This is the well, the deep spiritual well that we all drink from. Let's put it into some context. Oh, my goodness. From Ace to 10, the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega. Why don't we just stop here? Let's just call that the reading, right? That is the miracle. That is the blessing. I think great things are coming your way. I think some very amazing things are happening for you. And see, look at this. I feel like we're due for some amazing things. I feel like you've been kind of down in the dumps. But fret not. Oh, look at that, more water energy. And a 9 of Pentacles. This, gosh, Taurus, you always seem to get the best readings. You know that? I'm so thankful that you tuned in to this because I feel like you need this message, you know? Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to use the Smith-Waite Tarot. And this is just one card that we select at random. We're not going to look at it until the very end. We'll put our little horse right down on top. And hopefully that card will, tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need. I don't know that we need one, but it'll be fun to see what that is. Let's look at these cards a little bit more closely. We have not very much major arcana, right? Not very much at all. Just one. That's going to be important. As far as fire goes, we've got 1. As far as water goes now, the water, come on. We got a lot of water. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then air, got a little bit of air, a little bit of earth. Very heavy on the water, which I think really is, especially the kind of water we have. We have an ace, a 9, and a 10, and then we've got you here as this water-on-water Queen of Cups, really diving into the whole thing. Really immersing yourselves in this glorious water, accepting it for what it is, right? Really just letting yourself be baptized, really. I mean, this is something else. I'm a little jealous. I wish this would have come out in my own personal readings. But that's okay. I'm happy that you're getting this. I really am. I think in the recent past, we've got the 7 of Pentacles. I think that you've been doing a lot of work and you've been getting a little discouraged, right? And when I say work, I don't just mean employment. I mean whatever you're working on, whatever your working is. I feel like it hasn't been coming to fruition like you've expected. There's some disappointment here. Getting a little down in the dumps about it, right? And then we've got the 3 of Swords here. So it's just like bad stuff keeps happening. And then it reminds us of other bad stuff that's happened. And then before you know it, we're in this cycle of bad stuff happening, and we're dwelling on the bad stuff that's happening now and the bad stuff from the past, and then something else. We're just stuck in this loop. And this is kind of the quicksand vibe. Because the more the more we don't experience the joy and pleasure and love and success that we want, the deeper we sink into this swamp, into this quicksand energy, and the more difficult it is to get out of it. So these two cards, if these were the first two cards that came out today, I'd say we've got some work to do, Taurus. I think you do have work to do, but I feel like we're getting out of this. I feel like this is kind of behind us already, you know. So I wonder if you're already experiencing a little bit of the alleviation from this. I wonder if we're already experiencing a little bit of this water energy coming in. This is a lot of water energy. So I do feel like, you know, the Seven of Pentacles here, it's not a giving up. It's not a giving up. It's this kind of energy that it's just like, I keep working as hard as I can, and I just don't seem to be making any progress, right? Things seem to be getting worse almost, you know. It's a lot of work, very little reward. But let's jump straight to tomorrow. See, this was yesterday. This one's tomorrow. 9 of Pentacles. This is progress. This is gain. This is everything that you weren't getting yesterday. Tomorrow you're going to get. You're going to see the results. All of this hard work, you're going to see how it's paying off. You're really blessed. These miracles are coming in. And how do we make this transition between these two, you know? Well, it's with this water energy, I think. I think that really great things are happening right now, right? So the first thing was this Ace of Cups. And this is the Holy Grail. This is you discovering the meaning, discovering the spiritual source of it all, of this working that you're doing. Maybe there's this idea that we have to reconnect with why we're doing it, right? What is the source of this hard work? And this could be a career, employment, job. It could be something financial. It could be something physical or you know, kind of health and wellness related. Could be something personal. Could be family relations. It could be personal finances, or you know, personal growth, spiritual growth. Could be something with friends. Could be a romantic thing, you know. We have to return to the very, very beginning of it. This is kind of the why. Why we're doing what we're doing. Connect with that spiritual source. It really is kind of a baptism, right? Where we're being cleansed of this past. We're being cleansed of this, and we're being reborn into this. Right? And this, you have to be willing to do that. So this water energy, and you are, because this is your general energy down here, this Queen of Cups. You're looking at this as the necessary immersion into this water. There's a lot going on here. First is to reconnect with Source. Reconnect with that very, very central part of you, the source of all love and bliss and light. The true spiritual source that's within you. This well is always going to be there, regardless of what energies are around it. The well is always in the center. It's like the I Ching, I can't remember which one, which hexagram it is, but the well, I don't know, it's 50 something maybe. The well is always in the center. The cities come and go, the earth energies rise and fall, and everything changes around it, but the well is infinite. This is immortal and eternal. This is what we have to connect with. Call it God, Goddess, Deity, Spirit, Source. Call it your own true self, your own intuition, your own highest good, conscience, your purpose, whatever you want to call it. We have to reconnect with this. Because I feel like when we're so far into this dark energy here, we'll just put these together because that's kind of what's there behind us. When we're in these energies here, it's difficult for us to see the Ace of Cups maybe hiding underneath it all. Sorry, horse, I didn't mean to bump you. So I think this is the first step, reconnecting with this. This is the beginning now. When we can reconnect with the source, we're starting things again. We're starting this process of this water energy, this love energy, this spiritual energy. We're starting it again. So this is the beginning of now finding purpose and meaning in your work, finding the joy in what you're doing again, even if you're still kind of in that, well, I'm not really making much progress. It's not as successful as I thought. That I understand. Let's find the joy in what we're doing, not in the joy of what it's going to result in at the end. Right? The results will come, but we have to be present now in the moment, and we have to really feel what we're doing. If we don't feel it, if that work you're doing doesn't have this, then it's not going to succeed. And even if it does, you're not going to feel it. So this is essential. This is the beginning of all joy and happiness, the beginning of all success. Well, so's the Ace of Wands, which we see here. Right? Which this is going to be interesting when we talk about this fire energy here with this, the Art or Temperance card here. And this is what we don't want. But anyway, we'll get there. I'll try to speed it along here. So anyway, we're realizing that connecting with the joy and the love, the purpose, the meaning that we have, the significance of what we're doing now is going to result in this Ten of Cups later, this fullness, this satisfaction, this bliss, this feeling of being just satisfied, overjoyed, right? Full of spirit, full of meaning, a life that is full of significance. This is what we need to do now, because this is what it's going to result in. We have the beginning and the end of this water energy, and it's the secret here is that it's a cycle. Going from 1 to 10 is just like going back to 1 again, but maybe on a higher octave, right? And I think the higher octave is this Ace of Wands, because in the hierarchy of the elements, it's earth, it's air, it's water, which is water, and then it's fire. So we're going up an octave. Yeah. We're going up one. And we want this fullness. We want this spiritual love to permeate every aspect of our lives, right? All 10 of these cups is this is a map of consciousness, right? The 10, the tree of life. Every aspect of your being, every compartment of our soul is filled with this loving water, because we're drinking from that infinite well, right? And if you don't feel this, if you can't get there in this work that you're doing, maybe we need to change this. Could be. There's a little bit of air energy here. We've got a little bit of air energy, and we'll talk about that. But first, let's talk about that Nine of Cups. We're staying with the water here for a minute. The Nine of Cups is our active process. We're creating here a well. We're filling all of our cups with the well, right? All of our buckets were being filled up with this water. This is the process of that. Now, the secret about the Nine of Cups is that it's not a Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is as far as you can go with the love, with the water energy, that spiritual, divine kind of blessings, and The 10 is as far as you can go, so the only other place to go is higher octave fire energy. The 9 is showing that even when we ascend to the realm of fire, it doesn't mean that the process of this water energy, that the flow of this well is gone. It doesn't mean that this kind of dies out and we go into the fire. No, this is still a process, because you know what? These cups cannot be completely filled. Maybe there's one, maybe the last one here has a little bit of a crack, right? So the water is kind of draining. So there's always a need to fill it. And that's what the 9 represents. The 9 is really the best card of the tarot deck. At least in the suit of water, I guess, in the suit of cups. Because it represents a continuous process. We're always trying to fill that last cup, but it has some leakages, like a physical body, like a shell, like a gourd that, you know, it's a good gourd, but maybe it's got to drip some water out. It's not completely hermetically sealed, right? And I think it is the final cup, the 10th cup, the physical shell, right? Our bodies, that leaks energy. But that's why human beings are fallible, mortal creatures. To keep the water flowing in, to keep the experience going. Because if we were, let's say, hermetically sealed, the water would fill up, we would ascend to the realm of fire, and there'd be no more, we've completed the level, right? So we're going next level. But we are mortal, fallible creatures, and our energy can leak out. And that way we can continually fill it up. We need to keep drinking from the well. You know, you can never drink enough water in your life. Maybe for the day, but tomorrow, guess what? You'll be thirsty again. We can never get completely filled. And I think that's by design, right? Because the 9 is the pursuit of happiness. It's the pursuit of love and joy and pleasure and bliss, right? As soon as you're completely full of bliss, if you become bliss, if you become sugar, completely filled with sugar, you can't taste it anymore. So we've got a 9 of cups, because this is what we want. This is at the top of the path of the dove. It's what we're after. We want the process. We want to continually taste. We want to continually drink from the well. Okay? That's what we're doing. That's why the fire energy is over here. And that's why this art or temperance card is in the position of what we don't want. Yeah, that's right. We don't want to get off of this. We don't want to stop drinking from this well. So we're kind of rejecting this art or temperance card. This is the moving from water to fire. And what comes next is the beginning of that fire energy, just like we had the beginning of the water energy here. So we think that if we were to ascend to the realm of fire, that we would lose all of this water energy, that it would all go dark, and we would move on. But that's why it's important for us to understand the mystery of the elements, especially the water. It continues to flow. We can rise to higher levels. We can rise to the level of pure spirit, pure creativity, this realm of fire. And we're not going to lose the love and bliss and connection and joy in our lives, in our daily work, our working. But that's why we're rejecting that card. Now, future 9 of Pentacles. This is the visible sign of progress. And the 9 of Pentacles is similar to the 9 of Cups. It's a process. It continues. We don't want to ever, and in the physical realm, this is a little bit more, this is difficult to really accept, right? Because it's the idea that we can never fully fill up the cups, right? There's a little leak and we can't fill it up all the way. Well, the same thing in the physical realm. We can never fill up, we can never get all of the discs that we need. And this is, well, it's kind of the burden of money and that sort of thing, is that it's never enough, right? We want to see more and more progress. We make a little bit of progress, we want more and more and more. We don't want a 10 of Pentacles, because that is like completion, finish line. Nothing more. I can't exceed these boundaries, right? The 9 is like, we keep making progress, and perhaps it's a moving goalpost. The boundary keeps getting pushed back, so we keep working, we keep striving. It's never enough, right? So we have to be careful with this one, because this is, we get a little bit addicted to that process, But this is a very good card, and it's in the card of, tomorrow. So this is really good. Okay, I didn't mean to rag on that card very much. It's a very good card. It's a lot of progress, a lot of gain. This is a lot of success coming. Just keep in mind that it's never going to be enough. So it's important that we find this water energy. Otherwise, the success we have tomorrow is going to be no better than the failure we had yesterday. Okay, I want that to sink in. Without this water energy, sink in, right, like water. Sometimes my puns are just terrible. So anyway, moving to the path of the serpent. I know the video is going kind of long. We've got this in the general energy. This is the water on water, the Queen of Cups. You're looking at this situation the right way. You know, I feel like you're immersing yourself in this water. I feel like you want to be part of this process. You want to find this well. So I think this is a very good card. It doesn't really need too much discussion or explanation. This is you exploring this. You're seeking something deeper and more meaningful. You're searching for that water. You're not just looking at the surface of things. On the surface, we see this stuff. But deep below, you're going to find this Three of Swords, and this is all the past disappointments and heartbreaks and failures and all the memories of everything that didn't work out your way. So you're going to have to deal with these memories, these issues, as you dive down into yourself, into this water, because we're looking past the surface. The Queen of Cups is the different depths of water. There's the surface, just the reflection. We kind of just see our face, see what we want to see. Then there's the shallow end, which is, we're kind of seeing the significance of what we do and don't do, and our wins and losses and stuff. Then there's the real depth, right? Then we get down to the really kind of unconscious level, the level of memories, right? The level of those kinds of issues and the things that are lurking in our depths that we're not always aware of. That's the Three of Swords. Then we continue diving even further down, and we find that Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups down here, somewhere, there it is. Dive down far enough, we find that. And that is the source of all of it. And it's the reason why we're even here doing any of this. Okay. And now we move over to this. This is air on air. It's the Prince of Swords, right? So this is us doing the same kind of exploration, but mentally. And now it could be that we're exploring our mind to the outer reaches of our thoughts, right? To make sure that this is what we want to do. To make sure that the work that we're doing is still the right work for us. So this is the card that could be a little confused. It could just it could be a whirlwind up there. But we're looking for confirmation that we're on the right path. Okay? So we're searching our mind as well as our heart for the confirmation that the work we're doing right now is the work. Okay? So it's not just about the water and the feeling. There's the air here too, which is the questioning, right? A little bit of doubt, a little bit of skepticism that keeps you reasonable, right? Keeps you thinking. But we don't want to get lost up here. Okay. Now, the next two cards, we pretty much already talked about this. We've got the Ardor Temperance. This is in the position of what you don't want. We don't want to transcend the water because we just rediscovered this well. We want to drink from it. We don't want to go into the fire. We don't want to go back into the desert. We found the oasis here. So we don't want this card. This is also the card of, well, it's temperance. So it is the furnace. It is the foundry. It is being tossed in difficult situations time and time again to test your metal, right? To forge your metal. This is the trials and tribulations of life, especially when we get into that fire. Like this is now on the realm of fire. It's not all feel-good energy and bliss. Now it's the real challenge. Now it's the real, the transcendence of the water energy. And now you're responsible for everything. You're responsible now to create your world, to manifest your spirit. This fire energy goes straight to earth. The thinking and the feeling, right? All of this water that we have, all of the water and the little bit of air. When we're talking about fire, it bypasses those. It goes straight to the earth energy. It is just spirit and manifestation, right? It's just heaven and earth. And that's kind of what we don't want. We don't want that kind of power or responsibility, I guess, right? We want to make sure in some way that we keep this water system working so that when we get to this level of pure creativity, and this is now the beginning, this is an ace, right? So you're tapping into your own creative will. So everything that we're learning here, you might suddenly create something completely different than these two. Right? And I think that's kind of what we have a little bit of apprehension about. We don't want to give up this because we found the joy and pleasure in it. We've connected with it. We love it. It feels good now. So why then would we have to transcend this and create something different? Well, you don't have to. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything beyond what you're doing now. But this is here for a reason. Because I think that if we do this exploration enough, if we investigate this energy properly, if we can, at least for a moment, transcend that water and get into this pure creative realm, you may understand what it is that you're truly meant to do, what you're truly here to create, right? And yes, we say it would be a direct creation, fire directly to earth, but it's through that process that the other elements they're still going to be flowing, right? So I think that there's just this worry that if we venture out on our own, maybe this is you, you've really connected with what you're doing now, you really love it. Maybe this is you starting something completely new, going out on your own, starting your own business. You like the work you're doing now, feels good. What if you were to create your own? Well, are we losing this? Is this going to be kind of gone? Right? Are we losing that well? Well, this well is not connected with the actual physical details, with the actual work that you're doing, right? This is something deeper. It's something within you. It's something more subtle, more spiritual. And I think that if you were to reach this creative source, it might manifest something different. Now, I don't know. Maybe the mystery card will help us. Let's see what the little horse has to say. Now, I don't know what this is going to be. I feel like we have enough water energy already, right? Maybe we need some earth energy. Maybe we need something else, maybe some more fire energy. Maybe showing that we are going to transcend the water, but what we're creating is going to have the same fullness. It may be a little bit difficult at first, right? To be in that pure fire realm. But once we manifest everything and create it, we may find that it's even better than the kind of water earth experience that we have now. Let's see what this card is. It's a 6 of Pentacles. Interesting. This card's showing a position. This is showing you in a position where you're capable of such great things, right? Reaching such a level of success, that you can provide for others, that you can express your water energy, this love, this joy, this good feeling. You can express that to others. It's this very generous spirit. So I wonder if going into this fire energy, beginning something new from your own creative source, is going to lead to even greater success than you have now. And it'll put you in a position, eventually, when it manifests, it will put you in a position to really be able to share, to be generous, to express yourself, to give to others, right? I mean, I guess it's it's a marker of success, right? When you have so much abundance, whether it's financial or love or, what are crops? I don't know. When you have so much abundance that you can give to others, that's the success. That's what we hope to achieve, to have enough that I can give to everyone. So maybe this is where you're headed with all of this. And I know this was kind of a complex reading, and I didn't mean it to be. But I feel like you're very blessed. I feel like you have a really strong energy about you right now. And it's up to you how we're going to use it, if we're going to embrace a little bit of this fire, a little bit of this creativity, a little bit of this kind of a new beginning. Or if we just want to linger in this water for a while, that's okay too. Maybe we want to kind of do this for a bit with this Nine of Pentacles, build up something now, and then we can kind of venture out on our own. Because ultimately, this is you. Ultimately, this is you. And I know on the card it kind of looks a little bit elitist or something, but it's this idea of having so much that we can give to others, because that's why we're trying to be successful, so that we can take care of others and give to others and express our kindness and love and compassion and generosity, that we can really share all of this water energy. And you'll be in a position to do that. This is something else. We are going to do an extended. If you want to stick around, just click on the link in the corner here. I want to thank you so much for being here. Thank you for letting me read for you.